There's something that the Lord is really good at amongst many other things. And like a baseball mitten or a glove made out of leather, the process of making it very malleable and the perfect fit um, is one heck of a painful process. And I liken it to being like a glove in the hands of the Lord. I think we sometimes can rebel and have a contentious relationship with the Lord, where He's inviting us to look and move and act and function in a certain way that is very uncomfortable and outside of our level of comfortability. And it's not familiar, but experiencing that visitation of what the foundation looks like again, sort of being stripped down to all that there is just Bryant, just a child of God, just a son, um, and removing all of these layers of life, of trauma, of pain, of accolades, of victory, of roles and titles. And something that I really try my hardest to um, apply and practice is every evening I get before the Lord as a child, as a son, and not as someone who is incorporating God into my way of life, but actually coming before Him and preserving the Abba within me. And as I preserve that Abba by the constant coming to Him, I afford myself the space and the opportunity to be a malleable glove in the hands of the Lord. And it's just so freeing to know that I don't need to be someone or act in a certain way or achieve a certain accolade for God to use me. Um, what I do need to preserve is the Abba within me, being a child, being very dependent on the Lord. And Jesus says, and I'll end with this, Jesus says he came not for the one who is well, but for the sick. He's a great physician. And for whatever reason, we like to come before the Lord sort of, bathed, washed, groomed, and presentable. But He's actually very attracted to the very opposite. He's attracted to the ungroomed, the unbathed, the messy, the chaotic, and the complicated. And so if you're struggling to yield and become a malleable glove so that the Lord may use you mightily and powerfully, that is the perfect scenario for you to become the likeness of Christ. So be encouraged.
So good, Bryant. Thank you. Josh, you alluded to liking the glove analogy. I'm sure there's many seasons in your life where you can talk about the malleability of what has happened in and through your testimony. I'd love for you to say hello to the crew and share anything on your heart.
All right, I'm Joshua Lopez. I'm down in DFW, Texas over here. And, I met Tom and Tamara at the event, and man, Monday seems so long ago, but Tom and I had some one-on-one time, and we got to know each other and got see some awesome baptisms together. And Tamara, what you talked about pornography and kind of going back to what I shared at the event, I, man, you talk about renewal of the mind and body through the Holy Spirit, and that has been me. I do my very best to put God first by listening to a sermon every day just to get different perspectives, and little by little that has changed my whole viewpoint on women. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and I don't want some guy watching pornography when she's in the next room, or out hiding numbers in his phone or anything like that. And I'm humbly proud to say, only through the grace of God, that I'm 7 months clean of pornography. And last night I was at a networking event, and these girls came up and were like, "Hey, are you single?" And I was like, "No, not really." It's like, "Well, you want to buy us some drinks?" And I was like, "Well, I'm 3 years sober, and honestly, I don't support that. I don't want to buy drinks." And that just showed me that women are having trouble valuing themselves because of society and the way they have put it on men. And it just takes one small step at a time to evoke that change that's needed. And I'm just here like a machete of God, just going against the grain and making waves and doing it together with like-minded people.